I've talked about this before, but I don't know if anybody's ever listened. But I came on my channel a couple of times, and I've talked about this. I even explained it to my mom and even my sisters. You see, sometimes when we go on the internet, we lose, it seems, well, we don't lose, but it seems that the internet's not going so well. Sometimes, even though we could have a strong signal, pretty much be told by the cable provider or internet provider overall that the router and the modem that we're using, which is a combination of the two or they're both individual, are basically at a high speed, a fast enough speed to use. True, sometimes they end up wanting to give you more out of it. Like with Xfinity, they want to end up giving you something more than what you have right now. Now, you know, like with me and my mom, we are basically upgraded to now to the point that we now have, which is obviously required, the combination of a modem and a router. Basically, you connect all your wires, it's all onto the modem, but it's also your Wi-Fi router. So you get your Wi-Fi and everything in one. It's not the X1 or anything, which apparently promises faster speed. But the reason I say this is for another reason. You see, it doesn't matter exactly how fast your internet is. If you have Wi-Fi, and a majority of people do, unless it's directly connected in via wire, like in my room, my computer, my PS4, and my Xbox 360 are all connected via wire into one. That's right. The Linsky's Wi-Fi router that I have serves as an outlet, if you will, to allow the other systems wired in to connect. It's kind of like, let's say, a surcharge. Or it's kind of like those RF adapters or HDMI adapters, multi-adapters. You take, for example, you take an HDMI thing like this, a cable like this, HDMI cable like this, you connect it into the output of the multi-HDMI adapter, then you connect it to your TV, and then you take the other HDMI cables, connect it to your Blu-ray and your cable box, and well, there you go. You kind of get my point. You just press a button, it goes to where you want to go. The point is, that's exactly what the Wi-Fi router is like. The same with the Wi-Fi router provided by the cable provider, because they too have multiple outlets underneath for direct internet interface with the system of your choice via wire. But there are other systems out there, like let's say the Blu-ray down here, that are Wi-Fi only, and possibly like the Blu-ray in my room that are Wi-Fi only. We also know that game systems like the PS4 and the Xbox One and the Wii U and the Wii and the Wii U, and some of the multi mobile systems out there, like let's say a 3DS, PS4, what have you, are all Wi-Fi, all powered by Wi-Fi. But here's the thing, though. Sometimes there are also adapters that you could connect to your computers. When my cousin lived with us, him and his brother connected something. From Netgear. It was a Netgear Wi-Fi adapter. It's basically like an antenna, if you will. You screwed it to the back, you hung it up on the wall, or you put it wherever you could, and it basically brought the Wi-Fi, it basically provided Wi-Fi for your computer. Even though your computer could operate nowadays on almost a flash drive-like type device for Wi-Fi. But you get my point. The thing is, they put this in there and it works. The only problem is sometimes the Wi-Fi is not so strong, and it's not just with the computer or the Netgear adapter itself. If you get my drift. No. Sometimes even with portable devices like the Kindle and the iPods, the iPads, what have you, all have the same problem. And why? Because of the fact that every Wi-Fi signal out there provided by the same cable internet provider is the same. It is. You know, when Xfinity, Comcast, provides people with the new Wi-Fi router that we had, Wi-Fi modem combo, what they failed to tell us, or what they failed to tell anybody, is you end up having the same radio type signal, the same security type signal that everybody else does. You end up having that wpa-psk2, or that wpa2-sk, and you have a signal of 802.11. Now a lot of people say, well, that's the same radio type elsewhere. That's true, but it seems that when you check those little signal bars at the bottom right-hand corner of your computer, or the rounded signal bars that are also in the, basically the signal bars that are either up like this or rounded out like this, on the bottom right-hand corner of your computer or the upper right-hand corner of your mobile device, most of the time, you'll see how strong your signal is. Most of the time you'll see how strong your signal is. Now, depending on what device you have, what kind of computer you have, sometimes you'll get a more colorful version. Sometimes you'll get all green, and sometimes you'll get yellow or red. The reason being is it shows you the signal strength. So when you click on those Wi-Fi bars, as they call them, what will surprise you is when you click on it after you see your home name on there, the name of your Wi-Fi signal once you lock it up and everything. Once you click on it, and first of all you got to make sure the name of your router is on there, depending on if you just keep it as home or you personalize it or whatever. Once it comes up and it says home or it says so-and-so's Wi-Fi or whatever, click on the bars and you'll be surprised about what you see. Because you won't just see your Wi-Fi signal on top, but if you're with Xfinity, you'll see Xfinity Wi-Fi underneath, but then you'll see a bunch of other names of Wi-Fis out there. And then when you touch each and every one of them with the arrow, you'll notice, sometimes if it gets highlighted and shows up, that they're either on par with you at the same level. Let's say you're excellent, you got an excellent signal, they too will have excellent. Or let's say you have good, and all of a sudden they have excellent. The point I'm trying to make is, sometimes what happens is the signal, depending on whether or not it's the same branded signal provided by the same provider, which in my case around here is Comcast, sometimes that will interfere with your Wi-Fi. And the best solution is to make sure you have a backup router on hand. For me, I have the Linsky's router that I've had before. So in case something goes slow, I can click over to Linsky's, connect it, and everything goes fine. And what's ironic is because that's on a WPA signal or security type or whatever, it goes a little faster than the WPA2. You know why? Because everybody around this area has that kind of a signal. And if it's either because it's provided by Xfinity, Comcast like I am, or it's because of the fact that they could be provided by AT&T or Verizon, doesn't matter. It seems to me that if you have a different WPA, either it's regular WPA, maybe WPA3, who knows, it'll go faster, it'll actually show up. And why? Because it's not on the same wavelength, in a sense, as the WPA2s. And sometimes when you see everybody else be at a full bar, or full bar of 5, if you will, and you're wondering why they're up at that excellent mark and I'm there, but I'm slowly losing everything. I'm not going as fast as I should. I mean, yeah, the web page will show up and everything, but sometimes it won't show up, as fast as it should, or certain pages won't show up and all that. Again, here's why. Because you have other people working on that same freaking radio signal, or whatever it's called. And that's what's causing the Wi-Fi to kind of slow down a little bit, or causing web pages not to pop up, and you get the message, sorry, web page not available, or could not load web page because of da. So what you have to do, in my opinion, is make sure you always have a backup. Or what you need to do, because I don't know if this does work, go out to your store, at least if it's a local Walmart, Target, Radio Shack, Best Buy, wherever, and buy yourself a Wi-Fi adapter. A Wi-Fi adapter is something that you plug into the wall in the central part of the room, which in my case would be in this direction, right over here. In the central part of the house, plug it in, take the provided installation CD, pop it into your drive, install it, follow the directions on how to, follow the directions after you pop the CD in on how to install it. Make sure you do it correctly, and if everything is said and done and worry-free, then that, in a sense, from what I understand, will help extend and strengthen your Wi-Fi signal. And that's what I believe is going on around here. I think some of these people around where I live in this area, have extenders. Because they know they're on the same freaking wavelength as my Wi-Fi is, as my internet is. So I thought I'd just come here and let anybody that might have trouble with their internet, whether it's provided by Comcast, AT&T, Verizon, Frontier, Cablevision, whatever, that if you're having problems, it's due to the fact that everybody is on the same wavelength as you. And there's two ways to look, and there's two ways to handle it. You either make sure you have a backup router, or you go out and get yourself an Wi-Fi extender. That's about it. But again, I thought I'd give you guys an idea to let anybody that might be having trouble know exactly why that's happening. Why your Wi-Fi, as excellent as it might be, as strong as it might be, may not be going the speed it should. Now, true, some people might say it could be what's on the computer. That's a possibility too. But even with that, any page I've been bringing up sometimes with Linsky's and stuff has been coming up fast. And when the right opportunities present itself, anytime I've been uploading videos on YouTube through the home, they go fast or at a decent rate as well. So again, to me, it's the interference of the fact that despite it could be an excellent 5-bar signal, the reason it doesn't go as fast as it should is because of interference from other similar, if not the same wavelength in signals. So thought I'd just point that out to a lot of you watching. If you've had trouble, hopefully that helped out. And I will talk to you later. Comment below if you like.